Springbok squad announcement was made earlier this evening. As you heard him say, 8 players of colour.
Yep.
So hopefully, in fact, that's our next story. There was obviously plenty of reaction from Coach Heineke Meyer's squad announcement that happened earlier this evening. Yeah.
Now, over the weeks, the Labour Federation, Cosatu, questioned Meyer's squad selection. We're going to take a look at the reaction following this afternoon's announcement and that question on transformation. However, I do feel like let the guys win, politics later.
There you go. Let's listen in.
As Cosatu, we welcome the squad because it's more representative than it has ever been. So that's a victory for the majority of people in South Africa. But now we want to make sure that the black players are not bag carriers, but they're going to get playing time. Because as a country, we want to see all of our players played. We played our best rugby when against the Argentinians, when we had a more black team than a more white team. So that clearly tells us the way to go. That's what we want to see for the future of South African rugby, and we'll support the Springboks if that continues to take place.
Heineke, it's been a tough few weeks in terms of lots of issues, transformation, losing. How much relief is there that you finally named the squad and now you can really get on with the business of focusing on the World Cup?
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest, it was probably the three most emotional days, not just in my rugby career. And you're talking about life and death out there, so can't say in my life, but almost. Because all these guys had really put their bodies on the line. You know, it was so great. Those guys really train hard. Every single guy out there, and I really truly mean it, every single guy is good enough to play in the World Cup final. What was great is I think we did it in the right way. I saw every player on a one-on-one. You know, it was amazing to see guys bursting out in tears when they knew they were selected. On the other hand, also guys crying that wasn't selected, and that was very emotional, but was great. We really felt. We kept them here, greeted them the next day, you know, a lot of tears, and that just show how close the guys were. What was really tough for me, or was great for me, is that most of those guys stood up and said, listen, you know, we're very jealous that we didn't make it, but we support you guys. You don't just represent the country, you also represent us, and we'll stand behind you and we'll support you. And, you know, when there's injuries, we'll be ready, and that's the spirit of the team. That's the spirit of the country, and you know, I really felt for those players, because as a coach, you want to make dreams true. That's why I started coaching. For me, it's not to be in the limelight or about money and things like that. It's just to make a difference in people's lives, and then you take dreams away. And I'll be honest, every single decision the margins are so small. I could have picked 5 other guys, and they would have been brilliant as well. You know, really, every single guy could have gone to the World Cup. So it was very emotional, but. You know, now we also have to be positive for the guys that's going. And